No, I made a couple videos today, but I was just watching this video and decided I just wanted to post about it, just to express my opinions. All right, so I don't know who this bitch is. I'm guessing she's some right person on the right. I think she's like a senator or something. I don't know. Like, I pay attention to politics, but not that much. Like, I really don't give a fuck. Most of the time, the shit they do is not going to bother me. I'm a survivor. You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to get out there and grind. If I got to work at 7-Eleven, Burger King, whatever the fuck I got to do, I'm going to do it. You know what I mean? So all the stuff that they do, just, I don't know. I get, but anyways, I digress. The point I was trying to make was she was on there talking about, she had said something about Muslims. And I hear this a lot. It's not just her. A lot of people on the right, they don't like Muslims. Most of them are Christians. That's the way we're going, is supposedly to be an American, you got to be a Christian or something. I don't know. My point this time was, she was like, oh, I don't want to hear their praying. And the dude was like, well, just don't listen. Like, what are we talking about here? It's freedom of religion. And she's like, well, you know, they have these rules and laws. And it's like, well, you don't have to abide by those laws. If someone else wants to be a Muslim and abide by those laws, that's on them. I personally don't get it neither. Like, I see women wearing the hijabs and shit. I don't understand it. But I don't need to. I also don't understand a lot of shit about Christianity. That's why I don't believe in religions. I believe all religions are to steal your money. But at the same time, when a lot of people come up to me and they're like, God bless you, or, you know, God be with you, or something that's to do with Christian. Because most people in this country are Christian. Okay, I grew up Christian. I grew up in a Christian household until I was old enough to think for myself. I read the Bible a couple times. I did some studying, studied some other religions. And I was like, religion ain't for me. All of them pretty much say the same thing, and they all want money from you. And they don't want to pay taxes. And if you look at throughout history, religions have really been running shit for a long time. It's not the government. Religions run stuff through the government. But religions normally throughout history have been the ones to really make the laws and run these countries and run the world and stuff. And I'm just like, I don't see how people don't see it. And there's always different religions. Like, at one point we believed in gods. Now people believe in God. There's still some people believe in gods. It's like, so which one's right? How do you know? So I just look at the rules and the laws. Like, the biggest thing with Christianity pushed me against that is there's people out here who molest kids, do some foul ass shit. And if there's a heaven and hell, they're going to hell. But for some reason, according to Christianity, if they say, you know, ask for forgiveness in the name of Jesus Christ, as Jesus Christ came here and died for our sins, then somehow they're going to go to heaven. No, they're not. They're a piece of shit and they're going to hell. I don't believe that you're going to, if there's a heaven and a hell, I don't believe it's dictated upon what you believe. I believe they would be more dictated upon what type of person you are. So I just try to be a good person. That's it. That's the other thing that cracks me up too, is a lot of times Christians are like, where do you get your moral value? From your morals. That's why it's called moral value. Like, I don't kill somebody because I empathize. Like, if I hurt someone, I look at it like, how would I feel if someone was hurting me? If someone was hurting my son, my daughter, you know, whoever. You know, and I feel their pain. Even an animal. That's why I don't hurt animals. You know, now I eat animals. I'm not against hunting for food. You know, I'm not a vegetarian, nothing like that. But hurting animals just to hurt animals, or say hunting rhinos for their horns to sell them, that's the bullshit. Okay, killing just to kill, to me, is not cool. But that's just my opinion. Okay, I digress. My point is, get back, because I stray sometimes. Okay, get back to my point. She's talking about how offended she was about Muslims. It's just funny to me that for the past 2 years or even longer, all I've heard is how people like me on the left are snowflakes. And we get offended because people say racist shit or something like that. And it's like, oh, it's just words. Oh, you know, don't be so soft and this and that. But y'all cool with this bitch over here talking about, you know, getting offended by Muslims praying? That's what cracks me up so much about the right. Is so many of y'all are hypocrites. On one side, you say, okay, this is cool, and then it's fine. And then on the other side, you say it's not. You have to be steady. You have to stay, you know, if you say something, stick with it. I don't care who does it. That was the whole reason why I didn't vote for Donald Trump. I thought the first time he ran, it was a joke. I was like, there's no way people are going to vote this clown in. He was fucking a TV personality. Like, for real. Who the hell's going to vote for this dude? And somehow he won. And then the one thing that he fucking went on was building a wall, and he didn't do it. Like, he did a little bit of it. Come on now. He didn't fucking finish it in 4 years. The main thing that he ran on, he didn't finish. So then the second time was the first time I ever voted in my life, and I was like, I'm voting against this clown. All he's doing is selling coins, selling Bibles, selling phones, selling bullshit with his name on it just to get rich. And then people are like, oh, well, he's not taking a salary. So he gave up, what, a couple $100,000 to make a couple billion? But anyways, my point is, you know, the reason why I brought up Donald Trump was because I didn't like fucking Biden. That's another thing that cracks me. Every time I'm like, oh, this Trump, this, and they're like, oh, well, you know, you voted for... I didn't vote for Biden. Okay? And I definitely wasn't going to vote for him the second time. I was saying right off the bat that nigga was too old. I think he was too old the first time. He was okay when he was vice president because he was younger. But he was a totally different man. And that second time, oh my God, like that first debate against Trump, I was like, what the fuck is this? He couldn't like remember his name almost. Like it was embarrassing. I'm like, how dare they put this man up there to embarrass himself like this? That being said, once they got his old ass out of there, I'm like, Trump old as fuck too. I even told motherfuckers, I'm like, if y'all would just nominate someone like Chris Christie or some other Republican, first off, if it was someone I didn't like, I wouldn't have voted at all. I definitely wouldn't have, I just wouldn't have voted. But I might actually voted for someone if y'all put someone up there who, for one, wasn't 100 years old. For two, wasn't a crooked motherfucker. But my point of all this, how this is relevant to the topic that this video revolves around, is it's relevant because y'all said Biden's ass was too old, but you voted in another old motherfucker. That's what I'm saying. I'm not going to say Trump is too fucking old and then be like Biden was fucking young and spry. No, they both were fucking old. I don't care if they're Democrat, one's Republican, or any of that shit. They're too fucking old. We need to stop electing 90-year-old fucking men to run, or people. And most of the time it's men. We do have some women, older women in smaller offices. Obviously, we've never had a woman president. But we need to stop electing these old ass motherfuckers, yo. For one, their memory, as you get older, your memory, your eyesight, all that shit goes, man. Like, I'm nowhere near as spry and as good as I was when I was in my 30s. And I'm only 40. That's why we don't have football players and shit. Most of them aren't playing in their 40s and shit. 50s. Because as you get older, your body breaks down in many ways. And on top of that, also, we keep letting these old-ass motherfuckers who, back in the 1920s when they were born, shit, it was a different United States. Like, we're supposed to be living at a different time and, day and age. And we keep electing motherfuckers that were from the 1800s. Like, what the fuck are we doing? But, again, my point of this video is to stop being hypocritical, motherfuckers. If you're going to say something about one person, say it about another. Okay? So if you're going to crack shit on Muslims about shit that they do, you need to say the same shit about Christians about the shit they do. Otherwise, don't say shit about neither one. That's what I do. Like I said, if a Christian want to come up to me and say, God bless you, brother, I'll just say, good to meet you. I won't say God bless you. When I was a coach at the YMCA for all those years, I tell my son, I used to tell my son then, it's like, if you don't want to prayer, you don't have to. But be silent, be respectful. And that's what I always did. I would tell the other coach, like, look, because whoever is the home team had to do the prayer. And I would tell them, look, I'm not a hypocrite. I'm not going to do a prayer when I don't believe in religion. But, I would tell them, so could you please do it? But at the same time, I wasn't talking. I had my head down. Like I was respectful of everyone else doing the prayer. You know what I mean? It's just like now, I don't believe in religion, but if I go into a church, I'm going to dress appropriately, I'm going to act appropriately because out of respect. That's what so many people nowadays have lost, is respect. But anyways, it's your boy Pat. I'm out.